a research. They had a computer exercise that they had to do. So they gathered information from tens of thousands of weather forecasts. And they found out that at that time, the weather forecasts, 64% of the weather forecasts were 100% correct. But they also did another discovery. And that was that in 66% of the cases, the weather tomorrow is more or less the same as it is today. So the conclusion and the moral is, go over to say that the weather tomorrow will be more or less the same as it is today, and you increase the hit rate with 2%. So tomorrow the weather in Barbados is going to be more or less as it is today. That is just the way it is. It will be mostly sunny and a chance for some clouds passing by. Anyway, we will be in Barbados tomorrow morning, alongside by 7 o'clock. And for those of you that haven't been there, it's a fabulous island, a beautiful island. So if you're going ashore, a lot of things to look forward to. This event here tonight, it is your event. You're the top tiers. You're the most loyal of the loyals. You're coming back time after time after time. And some of you have so many cruises that you have more time at sea, especially the Pinnacle members, than most of the crew members. Respect. And thank you so much. And I like to think that without the loyalty you have, I wouldn't have been here today. And you are our most valuable guests, but you're also in many ways the backbone of what we are doing here. And when you think about it, go back in time, there have been, some times where the cruise industry has gone down there for a while. It could be 9/11, it could be the pandemic, it could be financial cracks. But every time, the company that first filled the ships, it was Royal. And you know why? It is because of you. So thank you so much. And on behalf of everyone working on board and the company, thank you so much. And I think you could give yourself a big applause. So tonight is just a small recognition to all of you. And I see you have some nice things in your glasses. I hope you enjoy it. And I'm going to end this with telling you what my answer is when people ask me, where's the best place to go? Then you go cruising. I'm one of the lucky ones. I've been here so long and I've been all around the world several times. And my personal experience is that I don't have one favorite. I don't have 5 favorites. I have many favorites. And the reason for that is that there are so many beautiful places around the world. And we, as a company today, we operate on all the continents. And if you have the opportunity, next time you go cruising, and you're not coming back to Jewel, go out and explore, go to places you haven't been before. That's the best recommendation I can give you. But when that is said, if you choose to come back to Jewel next time, then I recommend you to come to us in the summertime after dry dock. Then we are going up the coast of Norway and we are going all the way up to North Cape. And that is the area where I come from. And it's the most beautiful place in the world. Have a wonderful evening.
Thank you, Captain. A very warm welcome, everybody. My name is Gary. I'm your hotel director. And I would just, so somebody said to me in the room on the way in, what are you going to talk about? Are you going to tell a story? I normally tell stories at this event. And I don't know what my material is until I listen to the captain's speech. Yeah, I have a favourite too, but you know, every time I tell that story, I have to get permission from my wife, first of all, okay? Luckily, she's not here. My wife is in Australia. And the reason I'm telling you this is because I moved from Australia. One of your fellow travellers in the room has held me to ransom because I don't have my kilt on. Okay? You know who you are, I can see you in the corner. Okay? And there's a reason I don't have a kilt on, ladies and gentlemen, because despite the fact I have a Scottish accent, I now live in Australia. And for the exact same reason as the captain moved to Spain, because Scotland's very cold and wet. In actual fact, we Brits only talk about the weather, so if you really want to know about the weather, you have to have a conversation with the Brits, because that's all we talk about, is the weather. Luckily in Scotland, if you don't like the weather, you just hang around 20 minutes, because it will always change on you. We're not in Scotland, thankfully, at this moment, but the ship is going to Scotland, and I'm not going to talk about the whiskey bar again. For those of you who have been here a few weeks, I keep talking about the ship's visit to Glasgow, my home city. Talk about getting there. It's going to be around about July time, and there's a famous whiskey bar in the port of Call. We stopped there, Greenock, but I'm not going to talk about that. Okay, I'm not going to mention it. It's a beautiful whiskey bar. Lots of selections. About 2,500 selections of whiskey there. But I promised I wouldn't talk about it this time. Okay. Oh, okay. I twist my arm. Okay, I'll talk about it in a minute. It's right next to the kilt shop that I normally go to. I will wear my kilt mix contract, so if you do brave the North Sea and the winds of the north of it's pretty cold. Captain was talking about to the North Cap. In Scotland we say "guy cold." It's guy cold. That means it's very cold. In other words, it's miserable cold. No, we're looking forward to going there. If the weather is nice, it's stunning. No place like it on the planet. If it's not, then we'll be entertaining you in this room here with a bottle of whiskey, if you've managed to stop off at the whiskey bar. Okay, which I'm not allowed to talk about anymore. Thank you very much for joining us, everybody. This is a very special group. We in Royal really appreciate all your loyalty to us. It's kind of fun for us, but we know exactly the sort of commitment that you make to us, and we'd like to make that commitment back. Certainly I do, by telling funny stories about kilts and whiskey. All I can say is, just before I go back to my country of birth, I'll be travelling back to Australia to get a suntan, so I can show my fellow Scots what a suntan really is. Okay. Because when the Scots go out to get a suntan, they just become white. Okay. Because they're pretty much see-through most of the time. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy your night. Thank you very much.
Very good evening, everyone. Everybody's so quiet. Welcome to our top tier party. My name is Isabel. I am all the way from the other side of the world. I'm from Chile, so maybe some of you know already about it. I want to say hi in the corner as well. I see you clapping. I appreciate that. Thank you for coming all. I would like to say that it's a beautiful opportunity for me to have you here, to have the chance to say thank you so very much for being trusting in all of us, that we want to do our very best to give you a magnificent, quiet and safe vacation experience. And without you, we cannot really make it. So please, I would like to ask you to give yourself a big round of applause, because without you, we cannot really make it. This opportunity is a little touch, just to let you know how important you are for us. As you may notice in every single things that we do on board, in the dining room, your stable attendant, by the bar, the people who's cleaning around the ship is showing you how much important you are for us. So please feel free and happy that we have this beautiful opportunity just to take you here and say thank you one more time. I would like to tell you about me a little bit. I'm not maybe so funny, but it's a privilege for me to be for fourth time in Jewel of the Seas, actually.